Good evening, or should I say, good morning to the other side of the world. It's I, Robbie, your Lock Robster, the MNLove of LA, bringing you with a maybe lengthy vlog today. Yes, it's been quite some time since I've done a vlog, especially since it's been a rough number of days for all of us MNLoves, especially in the aftermath of the second general election. Like I said, it's very rough. A lot of time to contemplate, a lot of time to rant, a lot of time to be upset and saddened at the result of it, in which several members of the group that we love, MNL48, are forced to graduate. What more could we say, actually? What more can we do? For me, my solution is we just need to accept it. Because in life, something happens that are not agreeable to us, especially if that thing that affects us the most cannot be changed. And so we must accept the change. I know that the girls that are forced to graduate are given an unfair shake regarding this. And should we carry that anger through our whole life? No. And I don't think the girls who are leaving would want us to. They gave us our sweet goodbyes, especially during that their very last concert as an MNL48 member. I wish there were no pauses with what I'm saying. I wish I could have wrote this down, but then it would sound so planned, so scripted. I wish that that would come out from my heart, from what I want to say. So I know that several of the regular vloggers has finally come out with their own ways of their reactions. They're saying goodbye or farewell to the girls, and perhaps their rage or anger to the management, Halo Halo Entertainment, and President Paulo Kurosawa regarding this matter. But I guess no matter what we do, nothing can change that. And as I said before, we should move forward and continue supporting the group despite them being managed by a company that seems to care little for them. It's not the girls' fault. I'm sure we could all agree on that. But as one of the members said, this is a new era of MNL48, and we should join them in that journey, as we have from the beginning. As for me, I'm one of those new followers, very young, not really from the start. I only started being a fan last year in October. And it hurts me to see that I'm still trying to get to know these members, and now they're gone. So all I could do now is dedicate this vlog to the fallen. Okay. Ooh, got that out. Not so eloquent, but I try my best. So yeah, so going on to the fallen, I'm going to try to give you some points. Well, not points. The best way to remember these members, at least from my perspective. Okay, so starting with the first generation, here goes. To Cassie, you're perhaps the, how do you call this? A short-term member of MNL48, but you've outlasted those members who were before you. So you should be proud of that. And what I remember you most and will always carry is the speech you made in MNL48 High School episode 57, in which you gave inspiration to the Kenkyuuseis that they should hold on to learn what they haven't, and never to grow tired, and someday they'll become part of the group. Well, Cassie, that speech of yours worked, as several of your members, 5 that is, made it into the group. And unfortunately, you, among others, had to be sacrificed for these Kenkyuuseis members to join MNL48. However, going back to that speech, it was very inspirational. And I'm sure those girls, Lainey, Danny, Ems, Cole, Rowie, will remember you fondly for it. Okay. To Ella, such a young and pretty girl, voted in one of the top ranks, only to fall so suddenly off due to this election, the unfairness of this election. How should I remember you by? Well, let's start with your lutang persona, or your character, or I guess to translate that, your airhead personality. Now, that's not a bad thing. A lot of idols are airheads, and they can be funny and entertaining, and that's the quality you always have. Everything you do, you've made us laugh, and sometimes it's very hard to get people to laugh, so thank you for that. To Erica, also another former Senbatsu member to fall from grace, I remember you by through your laugh. Yes, that very unique laugh. How do we call it? A witchy laugh that no one can compare. And also, I watched some of your videos before your account got closed. Your dance covers are top-notch, and I hope you continue in that talent of yours, and hope to see you again one day. To Essel, yes, your smile brightens the room, and I hope you continue with that smile, as I watched your FB Live and advised all MNLoves to stop saying they're sorry, to stop saying that it's their fault that you're off the group because you're tired of crying. So yes, please stop crying and let that smile shine through. How I'll remember you by is the cartoon Wonder Pet. That's the first time I've actually heard it. I've never seen the show. But by mentioning that, you've given me an interest to seeing any episodes of Wonder Pets. And also, in one of my favorite episodes of MNLoves, your answer to the category, name a female superhero, and the answer you've given, Girl Batman. That will always be a classic to me. To Gia, stern-looking girl, the girl who seems much older than she looks. I'll remember you by being that tragic girl who lost her life in the MNL student film Sistas with your co-stars Sheki and Essel. Yes, through that story that you've made, your character dying gave the inspiration to the other characters in that movie to strive for their dream. Even though that seems like a last attempt to finish the movie since you weren't there to finish filming. Yes, Sisters is one of my favorite movies out of those three that was shown in the high school segment. Congratulations. Okay. To Hazel, also known the highlighter queen. When I first saw you, my first impressions were you have that classic beauty, a beauty almost like from the golden era of cinema. And I'll always remember when in an MN Life episode where you were introduced with the next girls, they had to do a double take on your intro to the camera, or the viewing in the camera. Not exactly intro, but the two take just to show the beauty that you are. To Joel, also known as the Jajemon Princess. I never really understood what Jajemon really means. But seeing how you act in a way, I guess that's what Jajemon is all about. How I'll remember you by is an MNLoves episode where your Team L battled the Kenkyuuseis. And the Kenkyuuseis led by 5 players to Team L's 3. And you're the first player up. And with amazing ability, you knocked out 4 Kenkyuuseis members before you got knocked out yourself. However, that effort of yours of dwindling the competition paved the way for Team L to win that contest and go into the finals of the inter-team pick-pack point. Yes. To Maddie. Yes, also another beauty, very unique features. How I'll remember you by. They've always talked about ALS when that comes up, and how you give answers that, according to the test, are wrong, but you argue that you are right. I wished had a time come when MNL48 does a class test. I always hoped you would be one of those participants to see what wrong answer you would give and how would you argue that you are right. It's a shame that you didn't reach that point, and I wish that could have been taped for all posterity. To NECA, the Destroyer, I never really understood why in the comments they called it the Destroyer until I saw the MN Life episodes of Pick Pack Point, and it showed how much you destroyed hammers, plastic hammers that is, against your opponents. However, you never won an individual title as Pick Pack Point champion, though you did achieve by becoming the player of Team M2 to win that for the team. And that's how I'll always remember you by. Besides the sleepy eyes. Too nice. According to hashtag Luke, the Nganga Queen of MNL48. And that's how I'll remember you by. When you made those introductions or the viewing in MN Life or MN Laugh episodes, you just face that camera open-mouthed, smiling in a way. And I believe it took not just 2, but 3 times the first time it happened. To Princess, yes, my princess. My, how do you call this? Hasayoshi, or 8th favorite. It's a shame that you got knocked out. Never again to be part of the group. Leaving your stepsister behind. I think I should call you the Fair Beauty, which is very ironically princess-like. I'll remember you by these hashtags. Hashtag vampire. Hashtag printet. May you always stay funny, as that's how I remember you by. And lastly, from the first generation, Sha, Sweet Sha. The most sensitive of any MNL48 member I've seen. You were the cause, I guess, my cause, regarding the unfairness of the general election. We felt your worries, we felt your tears, even though you never showed them. During that time, of course. Though you usually come to tears when praise comes to you. I guess that affects us in different ways. But to you, it's almost an outpouring of gratitude. And I remember reading your story on your Facebook when you auditioned and broke your foot. At least that's how I remember it. And you even competed with a broken foot. But that disability didn't deter you from achieving your dream of being part of MNL48. We thought when the preliminary results came out, you'd be safe. So we didn't have to see you sad or cry. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And much like Essel, you advised us MNLoves to stop saying we're sorry, and to stop saying that it's our fault that you're out. You're such a sweet girl, and sweet girls like you shouldn't have felt such sadness. So that covers the first generation. Now to the 4 Kenkyuuseis that were also now knocked out. To Ina. Yes, I remember you in the, I believe, the second MN Life episode. Yes, very confident, very sure of yourself. How I remember you most by is, I believe it was episode in high school. I believe it was, is it that 60? I believe, yeah. I think episode 60, where you did a short skit with Cess. And I'm sure it's an ad lib, since this is unscripted, where you two played sisters and you kissed Cess on the cheek, and everyone said plastic. I'm sure it was, like I said, very spontaneous uh, skit to do. And Cess couldn't hold herself. And I wish that skit were more successful had Cess stayed true. But that's how I'll remember you by that skit. Okay. To Vera, oh yes, uh, very unique uh, personality to this girl, and a very unique introduction you did, as I witnessed in the second MN Life episode. But I guess what I'll remember you by is from, I believe it was Roe's third FB Live, where Roe said she saw you cry, and she tried to reassure you that it's not too late, as things could change regarding the general election. And we felt your sadness there, and uh, how worried you were. But we also saw how Roe comforted you and even campaigned for you, even to the last moment. And unfortunately, much like Shah's, we couldn't get you there. But you've shown us such sensitivity on how much you really cared. To Mela, yes, also another beautiful lass. I'll remember you by the second MN Life episode as well, when the Kenkyuuseis were introduced. And during that very day was your birthday. Yes, very surprised there. And yes, and I remember the wish you've given. In some ways, that wish came true. And that wish should still continue despite you leaving the group, as perhaps some that has been unfulfilled and will be continued on another journey, just not as part of the group. So hang on, Mela. Oh, going back a little bit, I wish I had seen you and Vera in high school. And I guess I'll never know why both of you were not in high school. I guess I'll never get the answer. Who knows? And lastly, the final Kenkyuuseis, Carla. Ah yes, another beauty in the making. Yes, she is really, I would say, wow. And I believe I commented on her Facebook page that she was probably the hardest working Kenkyuusei, as she really campaigned her hardest to be within the top 48 ranks of the general election. Unfortunately, much like Vera, much like Shah, it wasn't enough to get them ranked in, and you joined one of the fallen. how I'll remember you by is in the very, again, same MN Life episode, where they showed a clip of you in training, where the trainer tried to get you to bend forward while in a split, and you were half laughing, half crying because of the pain you were feeling. So, because of that, we didn't know whether to laugh or to cry with you, because you were really trying. And I hope that you've actually achieved that by now, through the rigorous training you've gone through while being part of the group. I think I should also include with the fall-in the 14 second-generation aspirants. And they are Sandra, Trish, Naomi, Francis, Sun, Nile, Shane, Jean, what Jean? I think it's Jean, Gail, Ara, Alex, Ish, Isel, and Sam. Yes, to these aspirants, you joined as part of the second generation to be part of this group. Unfortunately, it did not work the way you thought it would be, and we're sorry that you were used in a very unfair way to be part of this general election, to get the ranks of MNL48 dwindled, at least the first generation members. And I'm pretty sure you didn't know that you are being used this way. And I'm very sorry that the management has used you in such a way. All you wanted was to fulfill your idle dreams. And what you got was hatred from us MNLoves. That you were the cause of how we lost the first generation girls. And for that, we apologize, as I'm pretty sure that's not what you went in for. Okay, so going forward with this, let me give some advice now to the fallen. Okay, since you're no longer part of MNL48, I believe it will be okay to use your real names, as I know some of your names are, I guess, the nicknames, or no way to separate each other from, to make your names catchy, I guess. So here goes. So here's my advice to Cassandra May, to Ella May, to Princess Erica, to Jessel, to Guinevere, to Hazel Joy, to Kian Jewel, to Madeline, to Neka, to Eunice, to Princess Rios, to Sheree, to Polaris Ina, to Edelvira, to Jamela, and to Ruth Carla. Though your journey of MNL48 has ended, and this part of the dream has ended, I'm sure there's another dream you pursued before you got into this idle life. And I believe you should pursue that. And I'm sure you'll be more happy and more successful with it. I'm sure a lot of you have halted your studies to be part of MNL48. So I say go back to your schools and to your studies. and achieve those dreams before the idle dream came. You guys are still young. You can achieve so much. The world is at the palm of your hands. And for once you are free. Free from the management of MNL48. Free of HHE. To now do what you want. To pursue a new beginning. To pursue that hidden dream. To find success in it, whether it be in the entertainment industry or not. Always remember your training in MNL48, that hard work that the teachers, the trainers have put you through. You can use that to achieve your next goal in life. Let's not say that this is a goodbye to all of you. Let's say it's a see you later. Perhaps someday along the line, all of you and us MNLoves will see you all again. That's it. I don't know if any of you will be able to see this video since all your accounts have now been closed on FB. But who knows? Maybe some of your close fans would deliver this message. Once again, it is a shame that you didn't get you were not given a fair shake in this election, if you can call it that. But know full well that just because you got kicked out doesn't make you a lesser person. You are still great persons inside. And you need to go through the trials again to achieve that. I wish you all girls luck. And I'll pray for you all that the sadness would go away and you'll find happiness out in the world. As I said, the world is open to you. And may success find you all. Pretty long one, isn't it? But this is my dedication to the fallen of MNL48. I guess there's nothing more to say than God bless, show less. See you.